guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jackie Aina. So my license is expired. I've been riding dirty, and today I have to take a new driver's license picture. While the overall look is really not all that unique, there are some certain tips and tricks that I like to do whenever I'm being photographed to really just attention to detail. Okay, so I'm gonna be sharing those tips, showing you how I create this look for my passport pictures, driver's license pictures. For this video, I've also partnered with Lancome, one of my favorite brands. I love working with Lancome. I know you guys love when I work with Lancome because they just have amazing products. So one of their newest launches are the Juicy Shakers. The Juicy Shakers. They have, I believe, 19 new shades. This is what I do all day whenever I use these. I shake, shake, shake. So basically, it's kind of like an oil-infused dual lip color / oil where you shake it up before each application, and then when you remove the top, it has a felt tip applicator and it applies like a glossy and a stain, and it's almost kind of like an oil treatment, which a lot of, if you use liquid lipsticks like I do, then you know you probably might need a treatment or two. Okay, it's just a nice change. It's just a nice switch up from everything that's already out on the market right now. Because everything is so matte, which I love, it's just nice to see that glosses are back in style, and it's also summer, so there's just something really beautiful about a nice subtle wash of color, and it adds a beautiful shine, as you can see, because I am wearing it. So anyway, if you want to see how I got this driver's license inspired makeup tutorial using the new Lancome Juicy Shakers, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I'm hella shiny, but not shiny in the places where you want to be shiny, like the cute shiny. So we need to prime that, okay? I really like this primer because it's kind of nice. It's really nourishing. I'm going to be using my Tarte Clean Slate Primer, which is amazing. This is a new favorite of mine. You want to treat ID pictures like kind of like a photo shoot. You know, you're being photographed and you want to look good. Once you're stuck with that picture, girl, it's yours for 10 years. So make it last. I'm so nervous because I'm taking the written test too. And I mean, I haven't taken a written test in well over 10 years. Well, for the driver's license written test. So I've just been like taking the little practice quiz, and like I cannot afford to like mess this up. Like I'm just, if I don't get this today, my life is just too hectic to try to figure out when I'm gonna go back. Like I have to go back to DMV, and they give you 3 shots, so I'm gonna pray for the best. I'm gonna do a little bit of color correcting with my Smashbox color correcting stick, just so it evens my complexion before adding the base. Okay, so complexion is even, so let's add base. I'm gonna use my NARS Sheer Glow because I really like the coverage of this, and it doesn't make me feel like I'm wearing a ton of foundation, but it's just got the right amount of everything. And I'm just dabbing it on with my finger just because it gives me more control. I can see exactly how much foundation I'm putting where, and it makes sure that the application is even all over my skin tone. And I'm just buffing that right into my skin for flawless coverage. I'm concealing with Radiant Creamy Concealer. Because my face is narrow, I actually find keeping the concealer more center photographs a lot better, and it widens my face as opposed. Everybody wants to slim their face, and here I am trying to get width. Okay, I'm trying to get width. Stuff like that matters because you're being photographed, so obviously those little techniques help. Now I'm using my Pure contour stick. See how I did that curved shape? It's funny because I was actually watching Jaclyn Hill's contour highlight tutorial, and she was basically saying how instead of doing a curved contour like she typically does, lately she's been doing a straight on contour, and she feels like, I guess people were saying like, oh my God, have you lost weight? Have you lost weight? Because it slims her face. And I'm like, yes girl, that's exactly what it does. That's why I stopped doing the straight down harsh. This is what gives me a little more cheekbone lift. Today the look is Golden Goddess, so I'm gonna use my golden Sacha Buttercup powder underneath the eyes to set everything. I'm also dabbing that into the center of my forehead. And to really help the contour pop a lot more, I'm gonna trace right along my cheekbones and giving y'all some gems today on my secret tricks for my face shape. You can fill in your brows however you'd like, but I feel as if the less archier my brows are, the more suitable it is for my face shape. So I typically like a straighter brow, even though it is still arched, it's just not as high. I used to really arch my brows back in the day. I've been using this palette non-stop and taking it everywhere with me on every single trip all month. It is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. It's got like the perfect everyday essentials, so I'm just gonna go in. First I'm using my Ruby Kisses eye primer, but you can use any primer, it really doesn't matter because you're gonna be putting shadow on top of it anyway. And I usually start off by taking Rebel, which is this mauve purple, and I sweep when I'm not dropping my brushes though. You just flew out of my hands, didn't you? Big guy. I usually take Rebel and I sweep that into my crease. This also makes a great all-over base color, but we're not doing that today because we do want a little pop of gold. Already, this looks photo fabulous. I'm going to take Activist and Slideshow, the two darkest colors in the palette, and smoke both of them into my crease. But this time, I'm going to use a sharper brush for more precision. And actually, I rounded this out a bit, but I'm going to start dragging it outward for a more lifted eye look. And I'm also going to sweep those colors along my lash line. Then I'm going to take Leader and I'm going to be sweeping that along my bottom lash line. It's a little softer than these two, so I just feel like that looks more suitable. See how pretty that is? So pretty. Then I take Firecracker from the palette, which is this gold. Just lightly shimmy that on the lid. I use a blending brush for this step. It really kind of makes it look more soft. What I am going to do is add just a little bit of glitter. This one is from Lena Lashes, and just really very soft, just to jazz it up a little. Why not? So I'm just gonna kind of like mix these two, this one and this one, those two shimmers, and pop a little bit of those on the inner corner. Then I'm taking my Benefit Highbrow and just adding one stripe, and blending it out with my finger. I'm gonna use my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Face Powder. I haven't used this in a while. And I'm pressing that into my skin and into the usually really on the center of the face, around the mouth area and the center of the forehead. Using my Becca blending brush and my Shea Moisture bronzer, I'm going to add some warmth to my face. Contouring is also an option, but it ultimately just depends on what you want to do to the face shape. Do you want to add structure? Do you want to add warmth? I'm personally a warm gal, so I will reach for a bronzer before I will a contour, but you know, tomato, tomato, it's really up to you. Blush, I'm keeping it in the peachy family. This one is the Aura Powder from Sigma. And then before I forget, I've got to add my usual 10 coats of mascara, okay? This one is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. And then for the highlight, I'm going to use a cream. This one is from Jouer. I'm going to use their cream highlighter in the color Champagne. Such a beautiful, almost kind of like melon color. Then for the lips, we're going with Peach, so I'm going to line them with Topaz liner from Colourpop. And it's Juicy Shaker time. Look at me being a mixologist. For my lips, I'm using Apricot. I just know that it's peach. It looks coral, but like what swatches like a peach because they're very sheer. This looks so pretty with the liner too. You can wear lipstick underneath if you want more pigment, but I like this because it looks more like a stain and it's not too like, you tried way too hard, but you know, it's still like put together. And that, my friends, is it. I hope that you guys found this tutorial helpful. As always, I'm going to put a full list of all the products, including the Juicy Shakers, in the description box if you want to check them out. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye.